Hi, Tom Bickford here from Maine Robotics. Let's talk a little bit about how much it costs to run a first LEGO League team. I'm going to try to keep this short. There are no easy answers to this. There are so many variables to each of the different aspects. What I want to preface this with is you need to understand how most schools pay for most of their activities and why, for whatever reason, the first LEGO League is still outside of that normal occurrences. Any of the sports that are occurring at most schools, there are what are called league dues. And in order for a middle school or a high school student to participate in soccer, that school district or the state have to pay into the league based on the number of students who are participating. The local schools don't really see that expense, and they're not even budgeted as part of what it takes to run a program like that. Because of that, the cost to actually participate in many sports is lower than it actually costs. So here we are at the first LEGO League. We have the same kind of expenses, but they're not covered by the state, they're not covered by a district, they're not usually even covered by the school. Depends on where you are. Some schools pay for everything, some schools won't pay for anything. So you have to figure this out locally. Here are the major expenses. One, you need a robot kit. Now, if your school or your neighborhood or your family or one of the kids on the team already have a LEGO robot, then you don't need a LEGO robot. There are thousands of kits in Maine already at the schools. Ask around, see if somebody's on there. Could be one of those things, oh, this child has one, they're automatically on the team, if they'll let you use it. Cost for a robot, a brand new robot kit, and they're called the LEGO Mindstorms kit, range from about $300 to $500. Some of the variables include whether or not the software is included. Now obviously you need the software in order to program your robots. The software will run on both PCs and Macintoshes, but they will not run yet on tablets, so be careful about that. They also, some of them come with a rechargeable battery pack, which is really nice, or and the charger for that. But those two things together are about an $80 charge. And then, you know, some kits come with more parts, and some kits come with fewer parts. The NXT is now only available, which is it's the one that was just replaced in August of 2013. That costs brand new around $300 plus another $75 for the software. So you're looking at about $375 unless you already have a software license at your school or something like that. But you can still buy it brand new from legoeducation.us. The EV3 kit, which is the latest kit, just came out. It's still not available from lego.com, but it can be purchased from legoeducation.us, and it can be purchased when you register through the first LEGO League. If you purchase it through the first LEGO League, what you get is the kit. There are some extra parts in it. You get the rechargeable battery pack, and you get the software for up to 10 computers. That's called their first LEGO League package. It's not quite a site license, but it's more than just a single user. That is going to cost you between about $400 and $500. You can go on legoeducation.com, and I believe the kit starts at $350, and then you have to purchase the software separately, which is, I believe, $80 for the newest software. So different flavors, different shades. You can still buy the NXT kit on Amazon.com or eBay.com. So you have your kit. You're going to have a robot that your children can build a working robot with. Everything you need comes in one of these kits. There's no need for add-on kits. There's no need for 2 or 3 or 4 of these kits. A team can be done with one single kit. And that doesn't have to be replaced every year. You just take your robots apart and do it again. The second thing you need is your national registration. This is the equivalent of that league dues that I was talking about. And national registration is $225 per team. There's a field setup kit, which you can see on the first LEGO League websites. This is the 4x8 playing field that's a rollout mat, and all of the missions that the robot has to accomplish sit on top of that mat. This year it's about 2,200 pieces of Legos. Have the kids put together all the different mission models, and that's what your robot runs on. $75, it's the cheapest Legos you'll ever buy, and that comes with the mat and all the mission models. Then you need the state registration. That's what you actually pay. Maine Robotics collects that and uses it for trophies and medallions and t-shirts for the volunteers and rental if we have any rental space, programs for the day, and that costs $75 for a qualifier. And there are 3 qualifiers on November 23rd, one in South Portland, one in Brewer, and one in Oakland. And if you qualify out of those to go up to the state tournament costs an additional $150. It's not mandatory, but if you qualify, that may be something you want to do, and that's on December 14th. So you have the robot, the national dues, the state registration fees, and a field setup kit. There are other optional things that you may want to invest in. One is the playing field table, which would be a sheet of plywood and 3 2x4s, and most parents, you can find somebody out there who is willing to build one for you. T-shirts, if you want to have team T-shirts, and then of course some travel to get to and from the events. Those are the expenses you're looking at. If you already have a robot, then you're looking at about $375 to $525, depending on how far you go through, whether you just make it to one qualifier or all the way up to the state tournament. And then if you don't have a robot, you're really probably planning on spending an additional $350 to $400. That's how much it costs to run the first LEGO League. It's worth every penny. These children are learning age-appropriate skills in an accelerated fashion that they don't get in most school settings. If you have questions, www.mainerobotics.org. We do the best we can to answer them. Send us an email or give us a call. Thank you very much.